Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and we are on Java tutorial number 16, which is going to be the basic converter program. So this is the basis of many programs, so we're going to go ahead, and this is also pretty standard. So we're going to go into New, and then you're going to click on Class, and then what we're going to do is we're going to type in converter, and then we're going to call it just program. And then we're going to construct public main. This guy is not going to be, is it going to be object? Let me see 1 second. We can make it object, who really cares? It doesn't really need to extend anything. I'll probably just get rid of it if it's extending something. No, it's just extending object, so that's fine. Alright, so now we're going to indent these out to make sure that we could read the program great. And we're going to do our common things that we usually do, and it's already generated because we clicked that second checkbox, it's generated our constructor. So for our constructor, we're not going to do anything. So then we're going to do void. We're going to do calculate. So we're going to do calculate bits to, sorry about that, that was my mouse pad, 2 bytes. And then we're going to say you're going to pass in an int. We're going to say you're going to pass in an int, and it's going to be number of, so we're going to call this bytes. We're going to call this bits, and then int bytes. Okay. So now we're just going to do a simple conversion where you go int bits. So bits. So we're going to do system.out.println, and we're going to say, sorry, println, and then we're going to say bits. These bits converted to bytes. Then we're going to say, let's give it a space, and we're going to say equal plus, then we're going to say bits times, oh wait, we don't need the bytes, sorry. We're going to do int bits, int bytes, then we're going to say bits times, oops, bits times 8. And then that will display. And now we want to do another type of, and now you see we don't have any instance variables here. Let me go ahead and maximize this a little bigger so you can see it. 1 second, let me find that space, there it is. So let me maximize that appropriately. Okay, so, and then we're going to do, you see that we don't have any instance variables because we don't need to store this stuff. We're just going to do the calculation and then output it. So we're going to do void, then we're going to do calculate bytes to bits, and then we're going to say int bytes, and then we're going to go brackets brackets system dot out dot println these, and then we're going to go ahead and copy and paste this guy because it's basically exactly the same, and then we're going to probably need to get rid of that second one. Then we're going to do is bytes divided by 8, and that's what we get. And then we're going to close that, make sure it's closed, and we're going to say void, we're going to say feet to inches, oops, feet, or we're going to say inches to feet, inches to feet. And we're going to say we're going to have int feet, inches, sorry, inches. And then we're going to say, oops, I closed it, sorry about that. So we're going to say, we're going to do the same as before. Let's go ahead and copy all of this. go ahead and copy that, and then say inches to feet is, sorry about that, I accidentally clicked it, inches divided by 12. Yeah, divided by 12. And then that's good. So basically the reason why this might seem simpler than the previous program, which was called the guessing game, I guess it technically is because it's not really comparing anything, but this is the basis to a lot of programs, is that you'll have a lot of methods that you don't really have any instance variables. They just do calculations, which a lot of programs will do. And the reason why I'm doing this one right here is that we're going to eventually turn this into something with an interface. We're going to go over GUIs, and that's with we're going to go over swing, and we're going to go over swing, and so we can go over the interfaces and having buttons and converting these to where you type it into a text box, hit a button to calculate, and it comes out in another text box or text area. So that is the reason why why I'm showing you this. 1 second, let it refresh. That is why I'm showing you this, is so that we could get a basis of program that we could look at and eventually turn it into something that's got some sort of interface type thing. So we'll basically stop there. I'm trying to think of an easier one, pretty easy one, but I think I'll probably just stop there. And we'll go ahead and create a class. So we're going to go ahead and create, and also it's pretty good practice. So we're going to do computer program as Steven equals new computer program, and then we're going to do converter program, sorry. Converter. Let me just copy this so this guy gets it down here. Make sure they're correct. And then we're going to go Steven dot, and this is interesting because we're going to be passing in some variables in here, so it'd be kind of cool. So we're going to do Steven dot calculate bits to bytes, int bits. So we're going to do int bits. So let's say 64-bit. Oop, you're not supposed to put int there, sorry. 64-bit. Oh, it's only bits to byte. Okay, and then we're going to do Steven dot calculate bytes. And then there's there, so you could just hit tab. Actually, it's enter button. You could hit the enter when it comes up. Also, I'll go over a little bit of the outliner. So we're going to say 64 bytes. How many bits is that? So we're going to do Steven dot, and I believe you could click it over here. So we're going to do inches to feet. I guess it's just this just looks in here. I think you could also drag this guy. No. So this is the outliner. This is basically showing you what's in your program here. It's very useful. As you see, I still include it in all of them because you could see kind of what's in there, and you can see what it passes. Here is ints, and you can see how to spell the name. But the drop down, because you don't want to, the drop down automatically pops up, so you don't really need to scroll over there. So you could just go through here, and then you could click down, and you say you want feet to inches, hit enter, automatically does inches. We're going to say 24 inches. And we're going to do Steven dot, and then this guy comes up. We're going to say inches to feet, and then we're going to say, oh, these are both inches. This is supposed to be, yeah, this is inches, and this is feet. Sorry about that. So this is going to be feet. So this is going to be 20. Let's say 24 inches to feet. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, there you go. 5, 12, 8, 2, and 2. So the reason why we also don't have a scanner in here is when you get into graphical user interfaces, which is a GUI, which is also known as Windows programming, where you have a separate window. It doesn't run in a console, so you have some graphics and some images and stuff and cool buttons and things like that to have listeners attached to, which we'll go over later, is that those don't really have listeners, so you need to make methods. So we're going to start, so this one was a little step away. We're going to step back and do another one similar to guessing game. So this one's kind of a step back, and then we're going to go back into it with another application that's called TankCo program, where you're doing calculations for a company that builds not military tanks, but like holding tanks, storage tanks. And we'll do a whole bunch of calculations in there and do similar things to this, but have input output, saving stuff, doing other calculations, doing something that an actual business program or enterprise program will look like. So this has been Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and this is my converter program, and here it is here. Pretty basic, straightforward. Of course I'm not putting comments on here. You might want to comment what I'm saying here if you need to remember it later. I'm not commenting because I'm explaining it to you, so that's why I'm not putting comments on there. But we'll do more, maybe even mess around with different kinds of constructors in the next program. So that one is after my next tutorial, which is talking about static methods and other static things. Alright, so this has been Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and thank you for watching my video. Subscribe please for more series and for more videos in this series, and stay tuned for the next video of this series. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.